Hello everybody, welcome to another video. Today I'm just going to be telling you a story, one that I literally had like I think 2 days ago. It's why it's not fresh in my mind. And it's also why I may or may not get some parts wrong. I apologize if I do. And the first part of the story I'm going to name intro. Reason, duh, it's the intro. And for now, let's talk. I was being a Roger. My team consisted of me, a Roger, a Goob, who is actually pretty good, an Astro, a Tisha, a Boxen, a Connie, and a Toodles. At least that's what I have written here. And I will say this. There could be more, there could be less. Who knows? Boxen, floor 2, died. Tisha, floor 5, also died. Meaning they weren't here for most of this story. The reason I say most is because it's obviously most. And how should I say this? I would say Floor non-stop talking about what twisteds we get the most. For me, it was the most infuriating, usually getting Finn, Glisten, and Toodles. Because Finn and Glisten both slow down my thing, and pretty strong opponents. Toodles, since I almost always play as a slower character, I always get screwed over because Toodles is fast. And honestly, it was honestly a good team. Because the Goob knew how to distract everybody except for one type of tunes. And even then, he could distract one of those tunes. The only tunes he could not distract were mains, and he could still distract Sprout. Even better! When we got V on, I think it was like floor 7 or 8, he was somehow able to distract while also being able to give us research, a lot of it. So much so, I actually completed V. I did it off camera. And then, I think it was like floor 13, if I remember right. We got V a second time. And honestly, I'm not going to talk about that yet. As I said, I'm going to only talk about the intro first. Okay, so we all were there for a long run. Hopefully to make it far. And as we got V, floor 7, we obviously didn't know what to do because barely any of us ever dealt with V that much. Mainly for the fact I don't even think most people want to deal with V. Because he kind of just sucks overall to deal with. And I will say this. Dealing with V as a slower character, Roger, wasn't that hard to deal with. I thought it'd be worse. A lot worse, honestly. But Anyways, I will say this. Sometimes they were a bit of a handful. Because V somehow has a long attention span. Which surprised me. Because I've never really dealt with V. That much, I should say. And honestly, I always thought V would be a bit easier to go against. Yeah, I was totally wrong. And I, I would say we got past floor 7 or 8, the one with V, pretty easily despite, I don't know, having V and I think 2 other Twisteds. But I think the 2 other Twisteds were like Shrimpo and someone else. I think it was like Shrimpo and Boxton, if I remember right. It's kind of hard to remember it because it was like 2 days ago. But that is when on floor, I think it was, if I remember right, floor 8, I think. It's where I got down to my last life as Roger. I thought I would honestly not make it that far, despite being pretty decent at the game myself. Turns out I was completely wrong. I made it 5 more floors. Surprisingly. Anyways, how should I say this? We're now in the middle part, where I like to show it as the most dramatic part. Reason I say that again is, of course, it was dramatic. There was honestly a lot happening as we got lower and lower into the floors. Honestly, you'd be quite surprised how good with a goob. Wait. Honestly, you'd be quite surprised how good goobs are at distracting. Those are the words. Anyways, sorry, I'm trying to keep up commentary while playing this game. Let's see here. Floor 13 was by far the most chaotic floor I have ever played, no matter what. Because not only did uh, our Astro, basically everybody except for myself died. And the reason I say it was most chaotic, I was about to die from V because I didn't have that much stamina and I'm not that fast as Roger. Then Goob grabbed me, because we were the only 2 left, pulled me towards him. We both ran. I was like, we might actually make it through this floor. Then I hear someone dying. The Goob. We turned 2 different corners. I turned to the right, where I knew it was safe because there are no Twisteds. He turned to the left, where Boxton was just turning the corner and killed Goob. Thankfully, all before that, on the same floor, Connie friended us all, so heck, you might even see this team in the future. If you do, Congrats. Because we were all good with our set of people that we had. Granted, I was never really good with Roger. I was always decent with him, never good. Not to mention, someone else, that Connie, didn't like playing with Connie. Her speed, obviously. They wanted Astro instead of Connie, but didn't have him. So who knows? We haven't even reached our full potential yet. Because I don't think... I've never really played as Sprout, to say the least. But I wouldn't mind playing as him. Because, granted, I only have, like, oh so little of his research. Thing is, I'm still good with healers. Because if I can extract with Cosmo, and Cosmo having literally one skill check, I can probably extract with the Sprout. Who knows? Plus, I wouldn't mind having 5 stamina. I've played with Scraps before. Granted, I hate playing with Scraps. Only reason I hate playing with Scraps is because everything just doesn't make sense. She has the stamina of a Distractor, but the movement speed of an Extractor. It just makes no sense. She has, what? She has 2 skill check? Guess what? Distractor move. Oh, she has 3 Extract? Extractor move. Literally, you can't tell if she's an Extractor or Distractor. But that's one thing. I never set her as both. I set her as a survivalist. Anyways, that was my side rant. Holy crap. But is what? I think after floor 13, I would say, after everyone died, I finished, I think, 2 more machines? 2 or 3? Anyways, after I finished those machines, I immediately, just basically made it a few more. It was really depressing despite having no one. I mean, literally no one to play with. But at that point, I was kind of used to it. Holy crap, medkit. But, honestly, I do have to say this. If I ever get into another group with them again, I'd be honored. I'd be so extremely honored. Because they were all good. And in fact, the Toodles wasn't just playing because Toodles is cheap. In fact, they're playing Toodles because they were a Toodles main. They said they had literally every single character mastered, meaning they probably have every single trinket as well. And honestly, that Toodles was an awesome Toodles. I will say that. But I just wanted to tell this story mainly for the fact, heck, you could find your best friends online. Who knows? Probably just found mine. And thankfully, none of them were actually admin who kept spawning people. And by people, I mean Twisteds. Also, if you hear me like lips smacking, I'm chewing gum. so I don't bite on my nails. Yeah, I have that weird addiction-like thing. I've tried to stop, I really have. Hug me. So in total, we got 205 ichor. Bye bye.